Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Don't Take That as Fact podcast, where you leave your opinions at the door of the video. You have a few seconds to click off if you easily get offended by stuff, but I won't bring those things in here unless you guys will for me to talk about that or something. Some basic money, whatnot, etc., whatnot. Okay, so I'm uploading this the day after I'm recording this. But what happened was it was last week, and it's a bi-weekly thing. The podcast is bi-weekly, and I didn't upload a podcast on that Saturday when I was going to, but then I realized, oh wait, I don't have time to record a podcast episode this week. I'm just not going to do it, not going to tell anybody because no one was expecting that. And I was like, wait, now I gotta make another podcast episode for the next week. I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna do the bi-weekly thing. And yeah. Before I start talking about what I'm gonna talk about today, there's one thing I hate. My phone has it's an iPhone SE, and when you turn your phone, like I'll use this Packers wallet I got. When it turns, it's like a little bar that moves with your phone angle. And the thing I'm recording this with my phone, it's always slanted, and it's because of the stick on the bottom doesn't really work. It's so it's slightly slanted. It doesn't go away ever. The thing is perfectly smooth. I'm not sure how I get rid of that, and I hate that. So I'll probably remove that or something. But it's hard to focus on the camera when if I turn my head just slightly, I look at the thing I'm not supposed to be looking at whilst I'm recording a video. So this is like, I don't know, maybe like 3 degrees tilted. I'm not sure if you want to put your degrees exactly 3 degrees. I'm not even sure if it's 3 degrees. But, it's your problem. Anyways, in this episode, I'm not going to talk about anything that you guys voted in. I'm going to do it the week after, next time? Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. Next time I make this, I will do it on what you guys voted in, which is why Twitter will fail in a couple of months. I made that post a while ago, and I have yet to talk about it, but I'm still going to talk about it. This week is going to be talking about my first homecoming experience, which I actually had my girlfriend come with me for that experience. And yeah, let's just say the week was chaotic. Well, specifically, the 3 days leading up to homecoming, the Pacific homecoming details on that, 3 hours we spent together, and then Sunday, the day after it. I mostly want to talk about those things. So, yeah. I will say before this, the reason why I'm bringing up Wednesday is I want to transition into a Thursday with something that's not, chaotic immediately. But if you want to just put some headphones in and then just put your phone in your pocket and listen, that's fine. But just, I will have images. Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about my first homecoming experience. Now, I'm starting on Wednesday, specifically because that's a day after school, where I go after school to play some chess. Nothing too big. I will say some things from that chess club, not just, briefly go over it. There was this new person who hasn't really played chess that much. Just play with her mom and dad, knows the rules, not knows hating, which is what we have to do in tournaments. So, yeah. It was mostly just about getting her up to date on the stuff. And, yeah. But another thing that happened was we played chess, all annotation stuff taken down. There was a senior in our chess club who had senior pictures being taken that afternoon. And so Mrs. Celia, the chess coach, had the idea to just have someone play speed chess so they could get better pictures. So I volunteered to play a little game of speed chess while they took pictures. Now I was standing up while he was sitting down, so that way if they did get my body in the picture, they wouldn't see my face, but you could definitely still see my package switcher, which is, I'm not gonna go over there and get it. But yeah. And I won that game. And earlier that day, I had lost to him in literally the game before he had to do, senior pictures. So yeah, that was fun. I can beat a good player in speed chess when I'm just trying to find a way to win. I'm still trying to learn the strategy of check for checks, attacks, and then captures checks, captures, attacks. And I need to learn to do that, but I'm not good at doing that. Because, like, I need to focus on doing that, and I'm not focusing on doing that. Anyways, I won, and it was speed chess, speed entertaining, take notations. Anyways, I go home and I have to find something to, do. And I realized, oh wait, I probably won't be able to get a video up because I got a lot of stuff I gotta do next week. Plus, I won't be able to, plus I used the Wednesday, I uploaded something, and I got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, if I need it, to record. And then I usually start editing Monday, Tuesday. Take some extra time, maybe like beginning of Wednesday, I have a 4th hour, which is just study hall. I just go up to the library, finish editing, and then just upload the video. It's all fine and handy. But I will say, I could not do that week because I knew that I was definitely not going to be able to get like a good video out. That wasn't just like, something I just scrambled together. And yeah. I definitely realize now that my video that I did on the mansion, I forgot to, at the very end, edit it to the point, like, I added the introduction forgetting I needed to then send that video to somewhere else, to my photos, then rotate the angle so it was face up. Like if you just turn your phone like this, or however you do it, this, so you would see, the actual gameplay like it was, and instead I just made the introduction and then forgot to change it in post-production. I probably easily could have changed something. Maybe I could have just, edit, maybe cut it, or just, record that little part, all fully edited, then like rotate it and then crop it to the point where you could now see the actual gameplay, like the main stuff, just like, make half the screen it and then move like some other edits and green screens, whatnot, so it would show up on there, whatnot. And I didn't do that, so anybody who watched that video had to turn on rotation lock and then turn their phone sideways to be able to see my video correctly. And the thumbnail just came in like last minute. Like I was just like, okay, what can I do for the thumbnail? Yeah. I will say it's a decent video though. And probably the only reason why I didn't upload last Wednesday, or last Wednesday that I was, last Wednesday, the week I'm recording this, 2 Wednesdays ago when you're seeing this. It's weird. I did not upload anything because I knew I didn't upload anything because I knew that I was having homecoming and I wasn't going to record and edit an entire video in like 3 days. One of those days I would be spending some time after most of the, like half my day, I would say, be taking up like just hanging out with other people, like going to church, and we saw the youth group, whatnot. So I wasn't gonna get any video done by that time. So I was just like, yeah, I'll just find something else to do. Want to upload anything? But I realized, now let's get into Thursday, the day I lost my mind, and it's not even halfway through the year, and it's not even midterms. Oh boy. It's all started in first hour. My first hour is gym. So, I'm out there and there's these group of girls. I'm not sure what their names are, and even if I did, I would keep it anonymous because I got no permission from them whatsoever to use their names or whatnot in this video. So you're lucky. If I had literally any clue what your names will be, I would probably say them. I'm just saying this for legal reasons. That's a joke, by the way. My lawyer advised me not to make that complete thing. Anyways, so they were, for lack of a better term, flirting with a guy who already had a girlfriend. And yeah, I was getting angry. And then we were playing basically kickball, but there's two different, but you run with a person of the opposite gender. One gender kicks, the other gender runs at the same time the ball is kicked. If one of the two people is not there when it's pitcher's hand, then they're both out. But only counts as one out. It's weird. Anyways, I was losing my mind because 1 second we were winning by about 2 points. I think it was 2 to maybe 1 to 3, something. I'm not sure what the points were beforehand. But when the game ended, the opposing team had 21 plus points. Mix that with the fact that those group of girls were flirting with someone who they did not know was taken. Yeah, I really just made me angry. Then, when I was going into change, because we had to wear a PE shirt, there was this one dude outside when the lockers are closing between hours. So there was one guy standing out. He was part of a different group in PE. There's one main group and a side group that just goes to like a, most of you can just do like some reps, whatnot. I don't know what to recreate that. Anyways, there's one person from that group, and he immediately starts making, for another lack of a better term, sus ball jokes. Yeah, I'm gonna have some fun with the Vine boom sound effect. Anyways, he just did that for Walt. Like, he goes to the same door, since there's a gym, massive room. I go here, main hallway's here. No, you can't see. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Giant gym, main room, thing, since this is flipped. I would be up in this locker. Or doorway, I'm not sure. I was in one of the doorways, and he also had to go to that same thing. Not for the same class, but that's generally that direction. He continued making sus ball jokes. And yeah, I was getting mad at this point. Now, during this week, I had someone who will say anonymous, because I don't want to reveal too much about who they are. But they gave me a couple of hot chocolate packs, whatnot. And so I used, get away from that fly. They had brought me in some hot chocolate. I used the hot chocolate, and I have this cup that I use for hot chocolate that always is in my bag. And yeah, I was carrying that for some reason. It wasn't washed out. I just used it just that morning. And when I got into my second hour, literally every single person was just like, why wasn't your cup clean? And I just remembered I didn't put on the focus. I just got a notification. And I get another one. I'm just gonna edit that out. Anyways, yeah, that made me go insane. So I was losing my mind. Now, in the homecoming schedule, I have no idea what the Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, what were. Thursday was the parade. Friday was the football game, which I'm not interested in. I'm not a football guy. Okay, I cheer for the Packers because I like being in constant war with my family and everybody else I meet that's a Bears fan. And I was pretty hyped when the Packers beat the Bears. It was because I heard from it from a fellow Packer player. Well, not Packer player, Packer team person. They enjoy the Packers. I'm just gonna say that because I'm losing my words because the story is insane. Anyways, at the parade, they were throwing out candy. During the parade, I just notify you guys are free. If you guys are from my school, you are free to say my name and greet me. I may not greet you back, but I do hear them. What I'm not expecting you to do is in a public place that is outside of the school grounds, yell my name and try and get me to wave at you. I'm not going to do that. Especially when my parents and one of my brothers, because my other brother was in the parade, when they are sitting there and watching all of you yell at me, saying my name and wanting me to wave back. No. Because literally, if specifically you are the same group of people who probably, well, a friend group, other group of people who made me insane earlier that day over your constant, unnecessary, and unwanted flirting with a person who has a girlfriend. And yeah, I'm not gonna wave at you at that point. And then, since I was selecting Kenny, my brother Aaron, in the parade, he could not get Kenny as he was in the parade walking. Guess what I had to do? Give some of my candy that I worked hard for and give them to him. Guess what I had gone at the Pumpkin Festival another time, somewhere that month or maybe a little bit before that. I got at least amount of candy that time as well. And aside from Aaron, who didn't get any, I still got the least amount. And I thought I gave him a decent amount to where if Caleb just gave like some of his stuff that he didn't really need or want, it would be about equal. Instead of just split the candy in half, and I was upset and crying. Well, I was not crying yet, but I would later. And then I had to play my instrument literally at 8 o'clock. And if I didn't, I would probably have to play it on Saturday morning, lose my phone, and then couldn't do anything else for that entire time in the morning. Maybe even the whole day, I'm not even sure. So I was not willing to take that as a risk. So I had to, since I only played one other day that weekend, I got to play 3 times a week. Thursday and Friday are the only other times I can play without losing my phone. So I had to do that. On Thursday, the day I was already just fed up with it. So anyway, yeah, I was not having a good time. While I was texting my girlfriend, and literally while I was about to play my instrument, my cello, which is over there, you can't see it. The door's probably blocking the way. I was just going into tears. Like, it was horrible. And I was just, not wanting to deal with that. Because I thought I had to play for 20 minutes. I just had to play for 15. Yeah, 15. And yeah, I was just not happy. Luckily, it was just like 1 hour and like basically just like, hey, you. Oh wait, no, I forgot. Before I had to go upstairs and play my instrument, I had some homework that I had to do a little bit of extra stuff on it to make it complete. Even though it was due, like I could do it like there's no like for every day that this is not turned in, just take a point off. There is a late thing, but it's just like we're not gonna extend how much the way to take away from this if it's late. So I was just not having it. There was this maze of math equations that I had to do for the homework, and on the maze, it's not an actual maze. It's just basically just a worksheet that tells you to do these equations, but it doesn't give you any room to do work. The first time I did it, I did all the work, but threw the work thing away because I didn't think I needed it. And since you basically gotta do all of the, 4x4 minus the stop, minus the finish square in the one question, that's about, I don't know, 16 minus 2, 14 questions you just have to answer. Just put 1 through 7, just put 7 questions on one side, 7 questions on the back side, and then have me answer with that so that I can actually put my work on it, instead of putting a maze there where I can't do my work because the entirety of the maze is taken up. And I'm not going to put it on the work on the back side, because that's lack of efficiency, because I can't see the question, and I'm not going to have to write, I don't want to have to write down the whole question. I just want to look at it and do it. And yeah, I don't want to do that ever again. No more mazes. Not for me. I'm just going to say, give me a worksheet that says the exact same questions. I'm not doing the maze. Anyways, I'm just not having a good time Thursday. And that would lead somewhat into Friday. Friday was the day of panic. The day was fine until around, I don't know, 11 o'clock. I got an email from one of the people since this is a homecoming dance. You have to have a guest form for people who are not at the school. You need to have facial identification, a reference from the school principal or if they homeschooled their parents, and you have to have your own parents sign it. I was panicking simply for the fact that it was due at 1. I saw this email at 11, and I was panicking. Yeah, you can see why I'm stressed now, because if I didn't get this form turned in by 1, at least that's what I thought, I would be ripped off of $30 that my mom gave me to allow me and my girlfriend to go to homecoming. And guess what? The tickets, to my knowledge, are not refundable. And as I gave it to 2 other modern students, one of their tickets would be useless if one of them was not a modern student. So they both had to be at my school, and why would I give away $30 freaking dollars? So I was panicking at this point, considering I had wanted to do this with my girlfriend, but not had the money to pay for it. Finally can do it because my mom paid the tickets, and now I'm just not going to be able to go. Simply for the fact that I asked people when I bought the tickets on Wednesday, during school and during lunch, if there was a form, they didn't say, yes, there is a form, you can go pick it up at the office, have it filled up by tomorrow, and not anything like that. They just said, yeah. And I thought, I didn't hear that answer because it was the midway, and it's always crowded with people. Like, can't you just move to the hallway, literally just a little bit of ways? You can't just have students be like, hey, well, we're having an event here, you can't eat lunch here or hang out here until like 5 minutes until the bell's gonna ring. Like, that would have helped me hear them to be like, whether or not I had to do it. I thought I didn't have to do it. Apparently I did, and I was panicking now because I had about 2 hours to fill in the form. Luckily, Fridays are the days that my mom does not work, so pretty easy for her to come in. But since my girlfriend is homeschooled, I had to deal with the problem of getting that same sheet to her mom so that way she could get it signed and then she could go. But they probably couldn't get there by 1. And then all my panic was just, it was horrible. I literally spent there was a math thing that time. It wasn't a test, it was just like a little sheet. I literally just did as much of the homework as I could to focus on just panicking. So I would actually have a good reason to leave the math class because I had the stuff done and now I just needed to, not panic. And I was still panicking at this point. My lunch is the shortest lunch because I have B lunch. It's just squished between A and C lunch. And the class is all split in half. So, yeah, you can see why I was panicking. Considering if I don't get this form filled out, I'm not going to be able to go to the homecoming dance with my girlfriend. So, yeah, I was panicking. But luckily my mom was able to go there. We got all the questions we needed answered. She and my girlfriend's mom were able to make a strategy on where to meet to get the thing filled out. We were led by the person at the office soon by the end of the day. And at that point, other than waiting for my girlfriend to send me a identification picture that if in case I didn't get one in the form, so I could send it to them. Then I couldn't actually get what I needed done because I was panicking. So now I was just, stuck doing nothing. Like at that point when my mom just grabbed the form and went to meet my girlfriend's mom, at somewhere. It was out of my control. I had no reason to panic, but I was still panicking. Because at that point, my girlfriend hadn't even seen the text message and hasn't even, like, tried to make an attempt to call to wonder why I need this information. And at the beginning, when she sent me a picture, but it was a picture with her face not obscured, but it was just not just, it was not just her. And I thought that would interfere with it, so it was just like a panic situation, because I just looked to airdrop it to my iPad, then send it to the person by one. And I was panicking. But overall, it was working, and we were able to go to homecoming. And I am just thankful for that. Okay. Got water. Okay, now let's talk about the homecoming experience itself. Homecoming was, it was the first time I've ever gone to something like this. It was a dance in which, I will tell you right now, I am horrible at anything to do with waltz. Like, I know it's the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I can't do a waltz dance. Okay, I just can't. If I ever make a waltz dance, assume an imposter has killed me and taken over my position, and I want you to report spam this account if it ever makes anything that's made for waltz dancing. Like, I don't care if it's measured as 3 out of 4. At that point, don't report it. But if it's made for waltzing or slow dancing, I'm not sure what term people use now, don't just report the account, or at least dislike the video or something. Because I probably am not the one uploading that, and it's probably somebody else, not me. Because I will never make a waltz dance ever. And if you hear my song, or a song like mine, in a waltz dance format, tell me so I can copyright infringe them, because that's not me. I will never make a waltz dance. Well, to you that can't waltz dance to my stuff, your choice to do it, not recommended. Anyways, yeah. It was a dance with some concessions and, a few games, but, it was just Jenga, handbags, and basketball, plus like a picture spot and tables on the inside and like little stools on the outside. There's also these big wooden crate chairs and a table, and I didn't, they didn't look the best, but I guess it is just like seating of like more casual. Like, you're not going inside to listen to the music, but you're also not winding, or you also want your feet on the floor. So yeah. And if you're just listening to the audio, I will show some pictures on to right where I'm here. Now let's go over for a little bit. So if I do mention something, I can just have the picture over here. And yeah. So my mom had the idea that we meet at the junior high, which is not that far away from the high school, and we just meet at the junior high. We walk over to the high school, let me get in pictures, dance, let me get in by 7, everything's good. Yeah. The only reason my mom said that was because she thought the parking lot would be absolutely packed. And also realized that half the students logically are either going to be freshmen or sophomores who can't drive by themselves yet. So they are so the cars that you would see there are just volunteers, juniors and seniors. Yeah. That's literally all the cars were there. It was so empty. So it took my girlfriend's mom a few minutes to then drive something like football. When I'm trying to like walk with my girlfriend, and that's like I lower my walking speed. If I was lower my walking speed to where I walk with my girlfriend and I holding hands, it would take me like 5 minutes to walk the distance that they took 10 minutes plus to drive. Jeez, my throat is dry. Anyways, other than that, yeah, we finally got here, got some pictures, at least the ones that, we got 2 pictures, one by a tree, and I will have to go to Facebook to find, and one by the sign, which my mom had to take at like a fraction, like the frame perfect thing, because like there was a billboard that had lights going on there. So yeah, they didn't want the light interfering with it, and there was like a few frames that allowed them to get a picture with no lights behind us, whatnot. My throat is really dry. Anyways, we start getting in line. My mom and her mom stopped waiting, because I didn't notice at the time, but they were waiting just in case, for some reason, if the process of what I did Friday and panic what I did Friday, just in case if they, wasn't really like that good, and she wasn't allowed in, that they would at least be able to like, I don't know, do something else. I'm not sure. And my girlfriend already had dinner, so there wasn't like any dinner things we were gonna do. But yeah, so at least we wouldn't have to call them like not even 10 minutes after they left, being like, yeah, she can't get in for some reason. So yeah. The first thing that we did when we got in was check every place out. Yeah. I'm not sure why. I thought the whole school would be like, you'd be able to go through the whole school. Super idea to allow teenagers of ranges from like what, 12 to 18 to just roam around the school building without like constant supervision in like every single hallway and every single bathroom, whatnot, in every single room you could see that it wasn't locked. So yeah, I was thinking I could show her around. Maybe no, not even close. But the dance room, it was like pretty hyped up. Like it was like decorated to the max. I had to go get some water. Jeez. Anyways, the first person who wasn't yelling like a maniac, in line or any place, was someone who I will refrain from saying their name. But I will say that she lives directly across from people who go to my church. And yeah, if she somehow figures out that that is her, then congratulations. You get a thumbs up and a heart in the comment section. Anyway, there was this one thing that, I had, I feel like the interaction with my girlfriend and this person definitely showed her that not everybody is just weird at my school, because I was feeling like a lot of my, for lack of a better term, sus and weird friends came that they would just be crazy. And, point was proven, some people were there that were kind of crazy. But, yeah, she was one of the first people that my girlfriend interacted with. And I think that this is one of the reasons why I thought it was, impactful. She didn't talk to me other than like, like hey, who's this, whatnot. Like, she focused more on talking to my girlfriend than she did me, which no one else talked more to my girlfriend than they did me the entire time we were there. Like, it was an actual conversation other than like, hey Sam, who's this? Is this your girlfriend, whatnot? And yeah. Anyways, we looked around, we looked at some other stuff. The first thing that we did was decide, play some hand tossing bags. Yeah. While we were playing it, we had like 1 point each. And we had another pair of people say, isn't it first to 21 wins? I looked at my girlfriend and I was like, we're not playing to 21. So I bring her closer because you can't hear me, and I say, we're playing until 5. And if it's a tiebreaker, we just keep going. Yeah. Let's just say we went to 2 different tiebreakers and she won in the end. Yeah. So anyways, after that, we just decided to go to the dance floor, or at least look around, because I did not know what type of dances people were requesting from the DJ. But I do know that the first one that we actually danced to was one I actually knew. You might notice the YMCA song is what people mostly call it. And yeah, fun fact that's not related to what I'm doing right now. My mom actually worked for the YMCA, more specifically the little kids section. And every time she worked, I just went there and played. Yeah, that's nothing else to that fun fact. She eventually just became like the bar. So some people later, or like the manager or whatnot. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was kind of cool. Just say, yeah, my mom works at the YMCA and we just get free swim lessons and go to the pool for free. Like, that was cool. Like, cool. Anyways, back to the story. Yeah. I saw this question. Ladies, answer this in the comment section. How do you run or jump in heels? Like, I know it's just basic balancing, but like, it's bound to just slip on, like, the heel is bound to slip on something. Like, I get, like, some, like, dress shoe who's not falling over very easily. Like, it happens, you trip, but, like, jumping up and down and running, how do you do that? Please, I need answers on that. Anyways, YMCA and DJ says some words, being like, hey, I'm requesting songs, whatnot. And we stay out there a little bit longer. That was the only song I knew, other than like maybe a couple that I knew, like little bits from YouTube Shorts, and ultimately that stuff comes from TikTok, whatnot. I hate TikTok hater. That's me. I'm a TikTok hater. Anyways, me and my girlfriend were both given $20 each, plus a $5 free sting coupon. Literally everything at the entire place, every single thing you could buy is $5. You could get one for. Why did it say there was an admission for $5? Everything there was $5. You could have said one free item. But the one thing I will say is that there were no taxes involved in the thing. Otherwise, I was not ready to be paying like 5 cents in tax, and not to count each and every single individual dime and nickel that I was giving. And when it's like, I didn't come here to do math. I came here to dance with my girlfriend. Yeah, luckily there was no tax. So yeah, that happened. We both decided to get, what was it? It's basically ice cream with a cookie, but the cookie was like was a certain flavor, like chocolate, whatnot, salted caramel. And then what your cookie was, depending on what sauce you got put on top. Like if you ordered a chocolate cookie, you got chocolate syrup on top. If you ordered a salted caramel cookie, you got that right off. I'm not sure, I didn't know what my girlfriend's cookie was. That's what I'm taking this the assumption, because I got the chocolate one and she got the caramel one. I got a chocolate cookie at the bottom with chocolate syrup on top. I don't know, if you went there, please tell me if it's a salted caramel cookie. Anyway, we just ate that. It was fun. We just had, a little bit of excitement of this eating. Then we took a little break, and I took this picture. Yeah, this is the only picture other than like us eating probably one of the most delicious things we've ever had at that place that I actually get to get. The moon's in the background. If you can't tell what that light is, that's the moon. Once again, proving why phone cameras are just not good, because you can't get the moon in it. Any good picture, it's always just light, light, light. Anyways, after that, we just did a little bit more dancing. Not too much, if anything, really happened. It's dancing, I guess. Then we decided to get what we're saying is the best, which if it was created this year, desserts to be best dessert of 2023. Waffle on a stick. It is literally a waffle on a stick that's shaped like a carrot, and it tastes delicious, especially when you put what we ordered on top of it, blackberry sauce. We were spoiled from that. Like, if we knew how little time we had to actually eat versus dancing, I think we probably would have ordered like 2 or 3 more of them. Yeah, we only ordered 1 of them because we thought, this probably would be enough for both of us, but we definitely wanted more, but, wanted to spend time dancing or something, I'm not sure. Anyways, we were spoiled. I got these 3 pictures. Yeah. Nothing other than if you see one of these things in the future, get a waffle on a stick. Okay, those are the only other pictures I have of the show. So I'm going back into the leg in between desk because I got storage inside. Anyways, yeah, we had a great time overall. There were definitely some people that, we definitely, she didn't have like a horrible time interacting with the other people, but like I know all the people better than she does. Yeah, we did get like a cookie with like not cookie, it was like cupcake with cookie dough on top of it. And we also got a second waffle stick where we want to try the flavor. So we got brown sugar and syrup, and after eating it, we definitely realized that we were spoiled by the first one. Yeah, the first waffle on a stick spoiled us so much that the second one did not taste that as good. The best part of the dessert was just taking my 2 fingers, which were sanitized by the way, and then just taking the what's on the bottom and just, doing that. That was probably the best part of said dessert, not even the waffle, which is the extra stuff that was just thrown on top. But yeah, we had a great time. And yeah. Moving on to Sunday, the day after. This is the day that we was a youth group in the afternoon and a, Sunday school, Sunday church, whatnot, in the morning. And since since yesterday was our date, I decided, I didn't tell her beforehand because like she never answers my calls this early in the morning. She is a sleeper, not a fighter. Literally, she sleeps so much. And I was expected to be tired after not getting to bed until probably like 11. That's when I got to bed at. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. After that, we just decided, you know what? Let's do this. Never mind. I had to cut that out. So, I just, I was always just next to her, like doing like the around the arm thing, just getting her closer, doing, basically everything other than like, since I have to sit up in front to do the camera work for, the church's Facebook thing, because my dad is the pastor there, he has me in front, or more specifically, I choose to be in front to allow the camera to move, to allow, you to see the slides, like singing and whatnot, and also when he steps down from the podium, just for some and whatnot. Anyways, so I'm up there. My girlfriend sits next to me, so I can't do the little around the arm thing because it literally we're in the second row. The first row is completely empty. Second row has like 2 people, and everybody else is behind us, other than my dad, who's always in front. So yeah, it was not gonna do that in that much of a public space. So yeah, fortunately, your mom had to go somewhere else for whatnot, and yeah, she couldn't stay for too much longer. After that, it was either that, or we do what we always do, which is go have them come over to our house. They eat lunch with us at 1-ish. They go over to the church and they play hide and seek in the old sanctuary. They get picked up. It was either they had to leave immediately, or it was those 4 to 5 things I just mentioned there. Anyways, youth group. This happens after church, not immediately after church, but like 6 o'clock somewhere that time. And this time we had a different missionary church and we just combined youth groups because we're both a small youth group, and yeah, we all small youth groups combined into a still small but medium-sized youth group. And yeah, and I was doing the pulling her towards me kind of thing while we were sitting together while listening to the lesson of the night. And yeah, I won't say any of the details of what happened Sunday because it's private information and you don't need to know that stuff. So yeah, that is my first homecoming experience in the days surrounding around it and the days behind. If you enjoyed this podcast episode from the Don't Take That As Fact, which is basically I talk whatever I want, leave your opinions at the door